Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my car again. Today I am 21 weeks and 6 days pregnant. So tomorrow I will be 22 weeks. And so that means I'm due for a bump date on my channel. Unfortunately, my life has gotten insanely busy and I just don't know how I'm gonna find the time to film and document proper videos through the rest of my pregnancy, because the rest of this year is going to be insanity. I am working extra long hours and then I start school tomorrow. So I'm going to be going to school 50%, I'm going to be working about 65%. And then I've got, my toddler and everything that I still need to take care of. So we've had to increase her hours at preschool. And it's just wild. So it is 5:48 in the morning on a Sunday, and I am in the car because I'm going to the gym, because this is the only time I have right now to work out, is from 6 to 7:30 in the morning, or late. I don't know, I'm getting a bit of a late start. Normally I go 5:30 to 7:30. Starting not next week, but the following week, when my husband is off of vacation and he goes back to work, I'm not going to be able to work out until 8 to 10 p.m. at night. And then I got to get up at 4:45 the next morning to study for a couple hours before I have to get my daughter to preschool, and then go to work, and then go to school, and then come back and cook dinner and clean the house and start the whole process over again. So the rest of my second trimester and my third trimester are not going to be fun. They're going to be quite difficult. But I'm going to do my best to continue to document and film when I can, because it's important to me. So I thought I would just go over the few things that are going on right now in my pregnancy, which is not really a whole lot of anything. I feel normal. I no longer have heartburn, which is really nice. And my energy levels, while they are still pretty intense, they are not as explosive as they have been in the past month and a half or so. So I don't know if I can expect for my energy levels to kind of start evening out right around the time when I need them to be crazy the most. But I'm still working out every day. I'm still going to work and stuff, but by the end of the day, I am exhausted, and I'm starting to sleep deeper, but I'm still, according to my Fitbit, only averaging about 5.5 hours of sleep at a night. I wake up this time of morning and I'm just ready. I can't sleep anymore. So that's a bit of an issue. I noticed that I am sweating a lot. With my daughter, I remember not even having to wear deodorant because I rarely sweated. I never smelled. And in this pregnancy, I'm just a sweaty Betty. So I'm really looking forward to fall to hopefully cool my body down, because I feel like my body temperature is pretty crazy. Another really crap thing is that 2 days ago, I got bit by another tick. So now I'm back on Lyme watch to make sure I don't, come down with Borrelia or whatever, or tick-borne encephalitis. I just got past the incubation period from the first tick bite I got, and I was so thankful that that was over, and now here I am again, which is such BS. So I'm really not happy about that, but it's been raining a lot, so the ticks are finally starting to come alive here in our parts, and I can probably expect them to be an issue for another month or two, so I just have to be careful. My gums have been so sensitive and bleeding a lot lately, which I know is a common thing to happen in pregnancy, but I never had it with my daughter. But lately, every time I brush, every time I floss, my gums are just horrible. They bleed so much, they're sensitive, so that is not a fun thing to deal with. And then lastly, I went over the train tracks and my phone totally bailed off of my dashboard, so that was fun. lastly, I wanted to say that my belly has definitely popped. Like, I am very obviously pregnant right now. And I take all of my weights and my bump pictures in the morning just because that's the most logical time for me to do it, and I want to stay consistent. So my bumps don't always look as big in the morning as I do the rest of the day, but even now lately when I take my pictures in the morning, I have a very pregnant belly. So I have a feeling that the days of, you know, wanting to look pregnant and wondering when I'm going to have a belly, those days are behind me, and I have a feeling we are only just going to be full steam ahead now. So it'll be interesting to see how big my bump gets now as the weeks go by, and I'm able to do comparison pictures between this pregnancy and my first one. And also, speaking of weight, I weighed myself this morning. So I'm 1 day before 22 weeks. So in case that matters at all. But I weighed myself this morning and I weigh 72 kilos even. So that is 0.3 kilos more than I weighed last week. At 21 weeks, I weighed 71.7. And it is... let's see, I was, 66 kilos when I started my pregnancy, so whatever, that's 4, 5, 6, I'm like 6 kilos. I've gained like 6 kilos since the beginning of my pregnancy. Oh no, I was 66.6, so I have gained, I don't know, whatever, like 5.3. I've gained somewhere between, let's just say I've gained like 5.5 kilos since the beginning of my pregnancy. Which I'm still on track, according to like my the chart that shows you like this is how much weight you should gain each week so that you stay within the healthy normal range. But again, that schedule assumes a consistent amount of weight gain each week, which I think is like 0.45 kilos every week in order to have only gained, you know, like the proper amount at the end. And we all know that you gain a lot more towards the end of your pregnancy, especially in the 3rd trimester. You gain a lot more each week than you do like in the middle of pregnancy when baby is really not that big. So I am hoping that it's because my boobs are getting bigger and my biceps are getting bigger because I'm working out a lot and I'm eating really well. I'm not having many cheats and stuff like that. So here's to hoping that my weight stays manageable, because I just don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that's all I have to update this time. Oh, one final thing. I emailed a private clinic in Gothenburg here, and it's supposed to be a clinic where it's a private clinic, you make your own appointments, you get a time, you pay cash 100%, and there's no socialized, subsidy. So it's not part of the national healthcare plan. Like, you pay out of your pocket for what you want to have done. It's the clinic that I paid for my nuchal translucency 12-week scan, because that's not part of the normal pregnancy schedule here in Sweden, so I had to just do that on my own. I emailed them and I asked them if they would schedule me for a elective transvaginal scan, just a quick one, when I'm somewhere between 28 and 30 weeks, because I really just want to know if my placenta previa has gotten worse, or if it's still the same, or if it's gotten better. I don't have my actual, like, nationally covered scan until 34 weeks. And that's when I'll learn, like, where my placenta is and kind of like what the battle plan is going to be, if it's still too close or covering my cervix. And so I want to know sooner than that, though, because I'm super active. I'm running still. I'm lifting. I'm working out a lot. And all of my doctors say it's fine. I don't need to modify my life at all. And I have not had any symptoms, no bleeding, no pains, no nothing. But I also know that it's not really until you get into your second half of pregnancy that placenta previa can become an issue. So I don't want to operate blindly thinking that everything is fine and maybe my placenta's already moved out of the way and it's not a big deal, and then end up with a serious issue down the road. So I messaged these people asking them to schedule me because I just want to see where I'm at somewhere between now and when I have my 34-week scan. And they contacted me back and they said that they spoke to the doctor who does these scans and he won't see anyone before 32 weeks because he says it is unnecessary. And this is a private clinic where I'm paying cash. Like, I should be able to pay for the service I want and get it. But even they say it's not even worth it to do a scan before 32 weeks because apparently it shouldn't be an issue and it should resolve itself and blah, 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 blah. So I'm a little ticked off, but at the same time, I'm also relieved because I feel like I've done everything I possibly can to try to get some sort of idea of what is going on with my body, and everyone keeps shutting me down. They tell me not to worry. They say everything is going to be fine, to just carry on with my life. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop thinking about it. I'm going to pretend in my mind, power of positive thinking, that my placenta has moved or it's going to move or whatever, and everything is going to be fine and I don't have to think about this anymore. So that is my battle plan with the Previa that I have. I'm just going to pretend that I'm a normal, low-risk pregnant lady and continue with my life. And then when the 34-week scan comes around, we will just see, what the deal is. So that is my update. Stay tuned for a few pictures that I will put at the end of this video. I'm not going to upload this until tomorrow because I need to do my 22-week picture, which I'm going to do tomorrow. So by the time you're seeing this, I will already be 22 weeks. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I'll just see you guys in a couple weeks when I do my next update, okay? Bye!